she's probably going around some other dealers locally, so if you get a strange woman in with a suitcase, just be cautious. Don't take any money off her. Hi there, welcome back to the channel and to another pitch update video. What's been going on here at the car pitch? Well, lots of sales. So we've sold so many cars over the last 10 days. Effectively now, we're not really a car pitch anymore. We might as well just be a storage yard, because really I've got barely anything left to sell. It has got into a right situation here as we've sold that many stuff so quickly, and then we've got to get those cars out, which means you can't get anything else on site done to go on sale, and also stock's then starting to dwindle. I'm also starting to think about having to replenish stock as well, because we're probably going to run out of stuff soon if we don't start buying a few bits now, particularly some more expensive vehicles. So let me go quickly and I'll show you what we've got left on site, just to show you the situation that I am currently in, and also one or two purchases that I have managed to get on board in the last week or so. So let's go have a quick look around. Right, we'll have a quick nosy on the pitch, give you an update about what's sold and what's on sale, what's left on sale. To be honest, not a lot. And then we'll have a quick nosy online actually at trying to buy some stock as well. So a bit of an action-packed episode for you. So we'll start with the gaps. We've got a few gaps here. We've got 1, 2 there, 3 gaps here, and then a whole line of cars that should be here, but we've got nothing to put on sale. We've literally got hardly anything left. As we stand here, that Astra is sold, that was there. That's sold, that's been worked on, waiting on some parts of that. That KA's not even been touched, that's come in. That needs I think it's a clutch that needs, not even been touched. Come off the truck, put in the corner for storage out the way, not on sale. Skoda, that is on sale, we've seen that before. The Clio is on sale, had a few bites on that, but not quite got it over the line. This Insignia, which I'll talk about in a minute, because that's a bit odd for me, why I'd have an Insignia on site, because I don't like Insignias. A Mondeo and a 107. And I've then got a car down the bottom there, which is also sold, a Kia Venga. And then there's 3 cars in the middle there, which is my old landlord's vehicles, which have been left here from when he took over the site, which are still here. So, in reality, of the cars that I physically own, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 cars on sale. 5. Should have about 25. So, not looking good, but we have been selling them. So, can't moan too much, you can't have it both ways. But the issue is, when you sell this many cars, I mean, I can think of at the moment, we've had the Audi go out this week, we've had a Duke go out this week, Kia Venga we've sold, an Astra we've sold, the C1 we've sold, which is over there, a Mariva we've sold, that's over there, a Corsa that's in the workshop that's sold, and I've probably forgotten about 2 others as well. It just means that you have to then deal with those sold cars. There's only so many of us on site to do with it, and then obviously you can't then get stuff like here, it's in the corners, all fixed and ready. You can't pick up stuff, you can't go buying for stuff, because there's no physical way of you be able to fix it to get it on sale to keep those stock numbers running. So it is a little bit of a balancing act, because at some point we're going to run out of vehicles, particularly certain vehicles of a certain price band. I've got lots of stuff around the sort of 1,800 quid, 2.5 grand to work on. They're not physically ready, but they are here to work on. I've got like the KA, I've got that little Peugeot, I've got a Fiesta there, I've got a Mondeo in the corner, I've got a Kia, sorry, a Hyundai i20 in the corner, a Twingo here, a Yaris here. These sort of 2.5 grand cars, maybe some of them a bit less than that, they're all ready to be worked on, but we can't get to them. But I'm really struggling on the sort of the 3, 4, 5 grand sort of cars at the moment. They're the stuff that's sort of like, you know, like a later sort of 12, 13 plate sort of Ford Focuses, or maybe Astras, or some of the Dacias I've had on in the past, stuff like that. I've had the odd Nissan Juke as well, we've had a couple of Audis, Volkswagen Golfs in the past. That type of stuff I need to be trying to get hold of some more of that recently, which is why we're going to have a go at trying to buy some of those vehicles in a moment, see if we can try and buy some newer stock, well, newer for me obviously. Before we do that, quickly mention the Skoda and then the Insignia. Skoda, we've seen this before. We bought this from auction a few months ago. It's probably the longest car I've had in stock now. I think it probably was this Astra, which we've now sold, but this Skoda was the second longest. This is a bit of overage, we call this. So this is a Skoda Roomster we bought from auction, 1.4 diesel, done 70,000 miles, lovely blue car. Bit sort of, I think I called it a Pokemobile, so it's a bit of an older person's car, should I say. But I've never bought one before, and everyone kept saying in the comments, and obviously other traders, you'll do well with that. You will do well with that. You'll sell that straight away. Really good news. And when you hear that, you think, all right, Bob, we'll give it a go. I'm always willing to try new cars. I know about the 1.4 diesel engine. I think it's an okay little engine. It's a bit not very refined, but it does go well, and they are brilliant on diesel. and they are quite reliable, so I was quite willing to have a go with it. But to be honest with you, it's had really little interest. Now, whether it was because it just wasn't quite perfect enough, we did have a few little bits I've had to have painted, maybe that was the issue. Maybe it was the price, I've dropped the price now. For whatever reason, we just weren't getting the doors open on it. So I took it off sale the other week, I've had it painted. It had a bit of rust coming through, only a little tiny bit, but nonetheless it was just showing here. So I've had that painted, and also as well on the arch, it was just starting to bubble here as well. So I've had that painted, and the entire car buffed over as well, just to make it nice and bright again. Picked it up yesterday, slonked it in the corner. Do just need to give it a quick hoover out, vac out, but then give the tyres a bit of a shine up, give it a quick once over maybe with a lance, and that's pretty much it. It can go back on sale. I've reduced the price as well to £24.95. We've moved it as well in position further down the pitch. Let's just see where we go with it. To be honest with you, I actually had someone look at it this morning, so maybe it is looking a bit brighter now than it might go. If it doesn't sell in the next week or two, I don't think it's the price that's the problem, because I've checked it on Auto Trader and it is very, very on par with all the others out there. In fact, I'd even say it's probably good value for what I'm asking for it, £24.95 with that mileage on. One owner, I think it is, or one former keeper. However, I just think it's just so niche that we need to maybe just sort of put it on Auto Trader, get a bigger market audience for it. The locals aren't having the room still, they're just not loving it. Right, quickly show you this one. 2017 Vauxhall Insignia. Not a car that I would usually stock on the pitch. One, I'm not a big fan of the Insignia, although really my gripe is with the previous model, not this later 17 plate onward shape. I don't like the old 2 litre diesel using the Insignias. I've had too many issues with them in the garages and when I bought them in the past, so I'm just not a big fan of them. This is a 1.6 diesel and it's a later shape model. It's at £5,500, which is not usually a price band that I sort of sell cars in. I keep under £4,000. However, the circumstances upon which I bought this car, I had to buy it. So it's mileagey, obviously you can imagine, because it's done, you know, it's £5,500 on a 767 plate. It does seem a bit cheap. It's done 109,000. It's the 1.6 diesel. It's 2 former keepers. It has got full history. It's had recent work done on it as well, which we'll talk about in a sec. But basically, it came on as a recommendation from another site locally, another garage. It was probably too mileagey for them, so they sent it to here, and I automatically got it, sort of dismissed it straight away and thought, no, it's probably not for us, buddy, blah blah blah, many thanks. But when I was speaking to him more about it, he sort of gave an indication of what he was sort of looking for it, so what had been offered. So I thought, well, do you know what, let's at least value it for him. It's a couple of pounds to value it, and we can just give him an idea what it will be, and even if we don't want to buy it, at least he knows what roughly he's paying. So if you're going to go around the dealers or we buy any car, he's got something to work with. Don't mind doing that, send the man off with a smile. So did a valuation on it, and it came back at like £3,670 in that condition, which I thought was rather cheap for what it was. So I went to him and said, look, this is what it's valuing at, blah blah blah, in this condition. That's roughly what you're going to get offered off dealers. You're going to go keep going around there asking to get your car valued. To which he said, yeah, I'll take that. And I thought, okay, fair enough. So I then basically ended up striking a deal with a guy at 3,600 quid. Managed to get 70 quid extra off him. And yeah, so the rest is history. So it's now ours. Drove the car, obviously, test drove it, absolutely fine, drives lovely. It's got stacks of history. One of the other reasons why I bought it, these 1.6 diesels with injector issues, particularly noisy injectors or pinky injectors. They are like a Fiat derived engine, same engine that can be fitted in stuff like the Fiat 500X and a few other Fiats. Like I said, I've come across a few of those with noisy injectors. This has had a set of injectors in it last year from Vauxhall, under warranty, still under warranty. It's also had a clutch done at the same time as well, so it's been pretty well looked after and had a bit of work done to it in the last year or so, including some warranty work that's still, including some big jobs that have been under warranty. So I was really happy about buying it. It's given me a bit of peace of mind. Like I said, with all the history in it, I've driven it a few times, it's lovely. I'll just basically give it a quick sort of clean up yesterday, shoved it on sale, the price board in it, see where we go. We've already had 2 people on the pitch looking at it, and we've got a test drive booked on it on Saturday as well, so it's looking promising, because it does look good value at £5,500 on a 67 plate. But there you go, not a fan of the Insignia, but I had to buy that one. Right, I was going to show you a bit more around the pitch, but it's absolutely chucking it down, so we're going to get ourselves inside. And I'm going to show you as well, actually, a platform that I'm using at the moment, which to try and buy some stock, which I think you might find a little bit interesting, and particularly any dealers out there, you might find this very interesting. Blimey, it's coming down out there. Right, so quickly going to show you a platform we've been using called from CarWow. So CarWow you may have heard of, obviously, of CarWow, big on YouTube. Everyone knows obviously Matt from CarWow. However, they also offer a buying service, so you can put your vehicle on CarWow, and from there, dealers like myself can go on the platform and obviously place offers for vehicles. Now, it's great for dealers who are looking to basically acquire more stock, like I need to at the moment. It's free to join, and obviously you can bid away at vehicles from all over the UK, whether you want to go far or even locally. So I'm going to quickly show you guys how the platform works, because it'd be interesting to see it from the consumer side, and if you're a dealer as well, at how the process works with CarWow. So let's have a look, see if we can try and buy some vehicles. Okay, right, so when you've registered with CarWow as a dealer, you've got yourself your account set up, you get yourself logged on. With your free account, you can get yourself on the main portal. Now, this is the home main portal screen where you log into your account. Now, the platform is really straightforward to use, and if you've used similar platforms like it, it'll be pretty easy to go through. But we'll quickly go through and show you how it works, how it operates, and what information you get, and how the bidding process works on the CarWow dealer platform. So first of all, at the top there, you've got available stock, which we're currently on. Click on that, and it gives you all the latest stock that's going on to auction. Bids and offers on vehicles you've actually placed bids and offers on, and vehicles that you have won and purchased. You can also filter cars down as well, particularly type, reg, make, age, mileage, etc., and more filters to boot. There are two types of vehicles on the platform. So you've got auction vehicles and buy now vehicles, and you can actually separate them out. We're going to keep it on all for now and show you all the vehicles sort of on the platform, so you get an idea of how many is going on there. As a rough idea, it's about 400-500 vehicles every single day going on to the platform, mainly across the UK mainland. When you get on the platform, if you don't use any of the filters, it will basically start from the distance closest to where you're registered to. So I'm in Cheshire, so I've literally got cars from 3, 4, 5 miles away, and it goes down then, it's further distance away from your base. Vehicle types, well, it's all different vehicles, from a few £100s literally to tens of thousands of pounds on the platform. So dealers from all different types of backgrounds, stock levels, what they're stocking and selling, can be catered for on the platform. Now you'll notice that there are two types here. So we've got buy now vehicles, which you can see here with an actual buy now button on, and then you've got vehicles which are reserve price. Now, these are vehicles that are going to go on to auction. Now, as the auction doesn't start till 8 AM tomorrow, it's now sort of evening time when I'm filming this. So these will actually be available tomorrow to bid on, but you can actually put proxy bids on any auction vehicles going onto the platform tomorrow. As for buy now vehicles, these are vehicles that have been on sale probably today or previous day, and if they've not met reserve, what it does is puts them back on automatically, submits the best price to the vendor. If they've not accepted it, they'll then go back onto the platform with the highest offer there. You can see here what they've made last, and obviously you can sort of use that as a minimum and then go up from there. Also, vendors have the ability to drop prices every day, and what you'll find is as well that prices will drop on vehicles if they're not selling. So actually, if you keep an eye on some vehicles like you would at the auction, you might put a bid in, it might not be successful, but then a second time round you might be successful with a similar bid. So it's always worth trying to keep up to date on the platform. So as we scroll down, you can see we've got all different types of vehicles, from some older vehicles that I'll buy, like these Fiats here. We've got some later Minis, we've got some really expensive AMG Merc there at 32 grand, we've got some Land Rovers on. It's all different types of cars. When you find something of interest, you basically click on it. So basically, if I just want to go on this, let's say this Volkswagen Golf here, this nice blue Golf, Volkswagen Golf SV 1.4 TSI 150 GT. Now this is on sale tomorrow, so it's going to be on the bidding live tomorrow, but we can click on it anyway and have a look at it. Now it tells you what the reserve price is going to be, so this has been set, so it's set at £6,300 as a reserve, and it gives you the cap clean figures, which are accurate at £6,725 cap clean. So that vehicle is actually under cap clean on the reserve. Now it'll give you all the pictures here, we can scroll through. CarWow makes sure that the vendor is uploading all the correct information and pictures, so any damage on there, all the information on sort of the tyres and stuff, anything of any relevance at all is going to go uploaded onto the platform, so you can see here all the tyres. Like I said, we'll have got pictures of the service history. It's jam-packed full of information, so you've got plenty to go on to make a decision when placing a bid. Gives you all the information on the spec as well. We've got information on the HPI, we've got information on the MOT, when it was last serviced, and a gradient as well as key information about the car. HPI is important. All vehicles are HPI'd on the platform. In fact, if we click on that, it will go straight down to the HPI here. It's got a couple of bits on the number plate changes there, but the vehicle is free of finance and obviously has not been involved in a insurance write-off. If the vehicle was involved in any insurance write-offs, they would not go on the platform. They don't allow any categorised vehicles on there, so you've got peace of mind that you are buying non-write-off vehicles. Scrolling back up now, we can actually see where the vehicle is located as well. We get an estimated delivery cost if we were to purchase the vehicle. So if you don't want to use your own delivery companies and want to use CarWow's delivery, they'll get that sent to you for that price. It quotes you on every vehicle. You've got the service history page. You can actually go through that in more detail and see the service history which has been uploaded by the vendor. That's all checked as well by CarWow. Even when you purchase the vehicle, they make sure they get all the docs for you, go through it all, make sure it's all there. And if, for instance, there was an issue with anything, they would contact you, and obviously you could then look to either renegotiate, or you can actually not have to go ahead and purchase the vehicle. They are making sure they do a proper job for dealers, making sure that all information is accurate. We get a declaration on any warning lights on the vehicle, any declared mechanical faults, and of course a damage report. So on here now we've got a upload of pictures as well of any minor scratches. So as we can see here, we've got a very small scratch there. We've also got another very light one on the lacquer there. We've also got one on the driver's side. Very small imperfections, but they have all been declared. In fact, actually, in fairness, this vendor has done actually a decent job of making sure all the marks are on that car have been declared there. It also gives you information any dents or any paintwork problems or any windscreen issues or fittings or anything like that. They would also be uploaded. So as you can see there, there's no damage been reported on those. We just got those minor imperfections. I've also got all the MOT history on there, and of course all the cap and live and retail figures. So if you're interested on a car, basically all you got to do is just place max bid, and in this, for instance, you can place your maximum bid. It's a sealed bid into the auction for the following day. If you've been successful, CarWow will contact you and tell you that the vehicle's been purchased. Obviously, if it's been over reserve, or even if you're under reserve, that gets submitted to the vendor. And if they choose to accept your highest bid, then obviously you'll be notified of that, and you can start the process of purchasing the vehicle. Now, I don't deal in a lot of the expensive vehicles. Like I say, I'm doing more the cheaper end. But even for me, there's still vehicles on there. I mean, take, for example, we've got this little Citroen here, this little C3. This looks a bit of me there. It's like a 2011 plate in blue. Doesn't look a bad old thing, that, to be fair. Pretty clean. It's done like 82 or 87,000 miles on it. So this has been on the auction previously. It's not met reserve, but as you can see here, the highest bid on the last auction was £700. The buyer's reduced the price down to £840 now, so we're not a million miles away here for this car actually selling. If we wanted to place a bid on that, we could. Let's have a quick look at it. So it's got down there a few little minor imperfections on the abrasions. We've got lack of service history on there. It's a 1.4 petrol. It's a 1.4 VTR plus 5 doors, so it's got the older style 1.4 Citroen Peugeot engine, which I quite like. Got a minor mark there down or listed on the door. In fact, we can probably catch that on these main pictures here. Can we see that? There we go, so we can actually see that mark in there on the door. But other than that, really, it's not a bad car, quite bright actually. It's the sort of thing that I would buy. Obviously, it's HPI clear. We've got a decent MOT on it. In fact, it expires on the 7th of Jan next year. That doesn't look too bad a car. That's the sort of thing that I'd be sort of looking to buy. Actually, quite liking that vehicle, actually. I think that's not a bad buy. Do you know what? I might even make a offer on that one. So the buy it now price is £840. We could just buy it now. Why would I want to do that? I'm a dealer. I'm going to put a cheeky offer in. We've got the previous highest offer of £700 on it. So this is from probably the previous day's auction where it's got to. So the highest bid so far. The seller's also reduced it as well by £50, so would give me an indication they're probably keen to get rid of it. But like I said, we've got all the information there. They've declared there's no faults of it, and like I said, we've got that covered there. So basically, let's just go and place a offer on that. We get the screen up here, the make offer screen. Highest offer is £700, so let's just go up to £750. In fact, actually, if you just go back there, you can actually see it will tell you what they're sort of next on them you've got to put in. So the lowest we could put in was £725. We'll put £750 in. And as you can see there, we get the information of the vehicle we're bidding on, the cap clean price as well, and the CarWow fee. Now, obviously, it's an auction. Like a normal auction we go to as dealers, we do have to pay a buyer's premium indemnity. CarWow fee is exactly the same. So the CarWow fee on this vehicle will be £175. When you compare that to basically its main rival, it's cheaper, and also to some of the main auction houses as well. The fee structure is very, very good. For example, on a £4,000 car, the fee structure is about £225. So there's not a lot of difference. The 175 is the lowest fee, and it goes up in sort of increments. But like £4,000, I think it's about £225. plus VAT as well. So it's still cheaper than its main rivals. I'd pay that more than that at my auction, for example, where I would go to. So it's a really competitive fee structure. Once we're happy with the bid, we can place submit offer, and away we go. That's now been submitted. We've got our offer in, and we'll wait to see from the vendor tomorrow if we've been successful. And if we're having a change of heart as well, we can even increase the offer, but we're not going to be doing that. We're going to be a bit cheeky and see if we can win it for £750. So as you can see, there's lots of different vehicles for all types of dealers. We've got Range Rovers on there, we've got Hondas, we've got some mainstream stuff, like I said, the cheapies that I'm buying as well. There's an M8 convertible there, we've got loads of prestige stuff. We've got vans on there as well, they're on the platform, pickups. It's got loads of vehicles for all different types of dealers. Okay, I hope you found that interesting. That's how the CarWow dealer platform operates. Now, my bid there on the little Citroen will be submitted into tomorrow's auction. It starts at 8 AM, Monday to Saturday, and they finish at 3:30. If I'm the highest bidder, that will be submitted to the vendor. Now, it's an auction vehicle, fresh on. If it meets reserve, obviously I'd win that car. If it's a situation like that one there, where it's a buy now vehicle and I'm putting the best offer in, whatever the highest bid's in will be submitted to that vendor. And if they want to accept it, they can do. Once you've purchased the vehicle from CarWow, they will start the ball rolling in getting that car organised for you. They'll collect all the paperwork, make sure it's accurate from the seller. If there is any issues, they will contact you as well in case you want to unwind the deal or need to renegotiate, to making sure that the paperwork and all the evidence submitted by the seller is up to date and accurate. The CarWow team will always stay in contact with you and there if you need them, making sure everything's sorted for you and deal with any questions or concerns that you may have. And also, like I said, they can even sort out delivery for you. You'll also be in contact with the vendor as well, so you can negotiate getting the vehicle collected if you want to do that yourselves. It's a really straightforward, easy process to go through. And dealers is a great tool to have in your arsenal. We're always looking for extra cars. You can register for free. You've got nothing to lose. Simply click on the link in the description. That'll take you through to their partner site where you can submit your details and get your free account today. Now, dealers, it doesn't matter if you're a small dealer or a large dealer. CarWow do want to work with you. However, you do need to be an established dealership. You must have an active website or a virtual showroom. That can be your own virtual showroom or an auto trader with at least 5 cars in stock. So there has to be a sort of minimum standard there. But if you meet that standard, get yourself on there. Like I said, you can be a dealer with half a dozen cars, well established, or a dealer that's got hundreds of cars in stock. You can join that platform. It's free to use. There's no ongoing fees. You only pay if you win a vehicle, just like you would if you went down to your local auction house. So get yourself on board, guys. Get yourself on the link in the description and get yourself registered on CarWow today. Right, just a quick roundup before we go. The rain is now, well, just about stopping. It's still spitting, but the sun's out, which is good news because it means we're getting free solar energy into the batteries for the heater, so that will keep us warm. Quickly mention what's coming up over the next few weeks. Got quite a lot on, a lot of auction videos coming your way. I'm visiting a fleet sale and Motab sale very, very soon, literally in the next few days. That's going to be coming out hopefully next week, so make sure you check that one out. We're also going to be looking at some prestige vehicles in another sale as well, some sort of more sort of 20, 30, 40, 50 grand type tackle. See what's going on with those prices at the moment. Have they recovered? Are people still buying Land Rovers at the moment, or are they bad news? Let's find out in the next week or so. Of course, I'll be doing regular pitch updates and also some more conventional sort of videos reviewing some vehicles as well. So plenty to come still in February. Just a quick mention as well, we've had no further communication from the strange lady. Those of you who haven't checked out the video, I had to get the police involved. We had a lady on site who bought a vehicle. It turned out to have some issues, should we say, and it was just a bit of a nightmare to get her refunded and obviously unwind the deal because she bought a car and it just, well, it all went wrong. If you haven't checked out the video, check it out in the link description because it is quite amusing. But I am glad we did manage to resolve the situation, not only for us but for the lady involved as well. But she hasn't been back since. Obviously, people keep asking me. She has been back. We've had no further communications from her. She's probably going around some other dealers locally. So if you get a strange woman in with a suitcase, just be cautious. Don't take any money off her. But anyway, thank you for watching this video, guys. If you haven't checked out my other content, please do so. And also, please like and subscribe to the channel because it helps me out immensely. Thanks again, guys, and I'll see you all in the next one.